First, your ingredients. You're gonna need heat protectant, 2 strengths of styling product, a brush, a narrow converter, and a blow dryer. For the cut, you want to make sure your hair is down to about your eyebrows in length, with the middle coming to the tip of your nose. We're working with proportions because if I were to say cut your hair so it's 7 inches long, it wouldn't look the same because what looks like 7 inches on my head will not look like 7 inches on yours. Take your heat protectant spray and spray it on. Then use your hands to work it through your hair and get it nice and saturated. Once you've done that, grab your first styling product, which is gonna be this pomade stuff. I'm using Mr. Pompadour Sculpting Clay. Apply a little bit to your hand, rub it around your palms to warm it up a little bit, and then put it through your damp hair. Remember, your hair is not gonna look dank if it ain't damp. Now that that's done, you're going to grab gently your hair dryer and dry your hair upside down in the direction you want it to go. Don't freak out, I'll show you. If you're new to hair tutorials, then get ready because you're gonna hear this step a lot. If you aren't new to hair tutorials, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, go. Oh, and when you're doing it, run your fingers through your hair to coax it in the right direction. And you're bending over because you want to use gravity to help add as much volume as you possibly can. At least that's why you should be bending over. Once your hair is relatively dry, grab your brush that has the holes in the back and attach your narrow converter to your hair dryer. The concentrator, converter, cunnilingus, whatever you want to call it. Before you begin this final drying stage, brush through your hair to work out any knots that you may have. Next, you're going to put your comb through your hair a little bit. Oh, it's not a comb, it's a brush. Anyway, you're gonna put it in there a little bit and then turn it towards the front of your face. When you're drying it, pull up and follow the motion with your hair dryer. You don't want to put the comb in your hair and instantly turn it towards your face because you'll just be changing the direction of the root of your hair and it's gonna go crazy and probably look really flat. So bring it through your hair a little bit first. If you're confused, just copy what I'm doing in the video and you should be good. If it looks like I'm doing that, then just do it that then. Actions speak louder than words. Keep the brush angled in the direction you want your hair to go and make sure you're using hot air for this first round. When your hair cools is when it sets, and so you want to be the one to cool your hair. Don't just let it naturally cool on its own over the course of the day or it will lay flat. Do the same motion you were doing in the previous step, but use the cold setting on your dryer. You'll notice too that when you do it, your hair starts to feel thicker in your brush. When that happens, you know you're on the right track and getting the style that you want. Okay, cool. Run your fingers through your hair to make sure it's all cooled down. Now you've set the root and a lot of the shaft of the hair in the right direction you want it to go, and we're almost done. Grab your last styling product, which is going to keep this style in the air. I'm using Mr. Pompadour's other product, Natural Beeswax Paste. I would go for less is more if you aren't sure, but you can use a quarter. Does that look like a quarter? Dime? Whatever, some form of currency-sized amount in your hand. Rub it together to warm it up and go through your hair like you did with the first product. You're just coating your hair with it. I wouldn't attempt the style just yet. Awesome, so now your hair is all wet with pleasure and product. Oh, actually it shouldn't be wet. The product should be on the dry end. Because you blow-dried the hair to make it stick up, you took out a lot of the natural moisture in the hair to do that. And so the second you add moisture back into it, it's going to curl back down to what it already does. So that's why the last product shouldn't be wet. And because you blow-dried the hair in the direction you wanted it to go, it should just naturally fall back into place. And then you can kind of mess around with it and get it to sit the way you want. I'm adding dimension by pulling my fingers through it and pulling it forward a little bit and pulling it apart, a lot of pulling, to give it some separation and waves. In case you wanted to use the same products that I'm using, I contacted Mr. Pompadour and was like, hey, if I use your product in my video, can you give my viewers a discount or something? And they were like, yeah! Only with more professional diction. So if you enter the code Krishna when you check out, you'll get 15% off your order. You're welcome. And that's it really. You good. If you laughed at least 2 times more during the course of this video,
you need to let me know by clicking that like button.
And if you found yourself with a raging hard boner, don't worry, it happens to the best of us. Just click the subscribe button. If you attempt this style, please be sure to tweet me a picture of the final outcome so I can see it and we can be hair buddies. Thank you for watching and have fun.